Hello, we are here for the Digital Tabletop Festival. We have pre-recorded this game of Wingspan, but we'll be in the chat to answer any questions you all have. I'm Elizabeth Hargrave. I designed Wingspan.
I'm Krzysztof from Monster Couch, and I do a little bit of everything here. So I'm the one who emailed Jamie and asked if we can do Wingspan. So that's personal achievement. Okay, so
It's
let's.
beautiful.
It's a beautiful source material. So we are very happy we had the opportunity to work with this. We're playing over the remote play from Steam, so we're playing just using single copy of Wingspan, and I'd like for us to play a co-op against Automa. I'm not myself very good at the game, so maybe we can try and beat the Automa together. So let's
Not very good against the Otoma either.
okay. that's 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 good to hear. So maybe you'll do this setup first. So what's the bird you'd like to use? Yes.
Be the kingfisher here. Oh wait.
Yeah. On the top one, right?
So do I click on that?
No,
Or I
no.
just
Let
click go?
click on the kingfisher, and we'll set up the colors and the
Oh, there we go.
and the
I'll be
portraits.
purple.
Yeah.
And I have to be the roseate spoonbill. Put that in there just for me.
Yes. Okay, so I'll. Okay, I can be the green one, and that's. I don't know the bird, but I probably should. So maybe I'll do the kingfisher.
I see. Okay, so it started out offering me the kingfisher, but then I got to choose my own bird.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you can press the start now.
I haven't messed around with this part of it too much. I did a lot of the beta testing, but I just sort of always took whatever it offered me.
Oh, so so we had the random turn order. So it's my turn, and
You're going first?
Yeah. Okay, so since we are playing co-op, I'll of course take the flycatcher, and maybe even more food.
Those are some expensive starting birds.
Yeah, that's. Is it a suggestion baked in there? Just like each of those birds is expensive, aren't they? Um, I still want two. I really don't like starting with just one bird, but maybe I should. No. And the bonus cards, the birds named after a person. Do I have any? No. Oh, okay. So that's a perfect set of
Don't have
bonus
any
cards.
for the other one either.
Yeah, I will take this one.
Now I'm up. Click start turn.
Oh, the Franklin gull.
All right.
That's a good bird.
Well, that would help you, but I want birds that eat only bugs or birds that have a flocking power.
Okay,
I don't have any flockers, but I do have this blue-gray gnatcatcher that can eat only bugs, so that's a nice start. And I have a bunch of that first goal is eggs in the grassland. Huh? How should I do this? I'm tempted to keep 3. Never do that.
No, actually, you mentioned that Franklin gull would benefit me, but it's not the case, right? It's just it would let you skip the wetlands altogether if you played it in the grassland.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. I wanted this goal. Alright.
Okay, so you were you were quite more deliberate in your choice of the first birds, even taking a look at the goals up there. Yeah.
Right.
that's probably.
I mean,
a good
it doesn't always work out, but I try.
Okay. And I'll take the. I'll be friendly in this game, so I'll just go straight for the food I need for the flycatcher.
Okay. So I wanted to get my blue-gray gnatcatcher out there. There we go.
Okay, so there will be...
And now the automa's gonna go. So it got an egg and it got a cube toward the end of round goal. So it is already beating us mightily.
Yeah, but it's not a hard goal to beat Automan, right? So it's I'll play the flycatcher in the grassland, and I'll have just enough eggs to compete in that goal, so that looks good. So I guess you have done that quite a few times. How would you describe like Wingspan? Is there like a short pitch? Is there like a go-to you have when people ask you about Wingspan?
So my sort of short thing that I say is that it's a game that is all about there's 170 unique bird cards in the game, and you're playing them out in front of you into different habitats. And as you play them in front of you, they make you better at doing basic things in the game. So as you play them into the forest, they make you better at getting food. And as you play them into the grassland, they make you better at getting eggs, which are points. And as you play them into the wetland, they make you better at getting more cards so that you can play more birds. All right, I need food for my birds. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want this. Because my gnatcatcher is going to give me a bug.
Okay. Okay.
So the Atama has lost a cube toward the end of round goals, and it got just a face-down card, which is a point for the Atama. Oh, and I always forget to do this because I don't play the Atama very often. Its bonus card is the large bird specialist. So we need to be paying attention to the birds in the in the row that's on offer, and not letting it get birds with wingspans over 65 centimeters.
Unless we could leave their low points but huge wingspan bird, that would be good for us, right?
Right now they're safe, so.
But are there any big birds with low points? I guess the vulture with it has like no points, right?
Yeah. Right. There's probably others. I can't keep them all in my head.
Okay. Yeah. Well, me neither. But I saw this, on our Discord. There's this, there are those links to those, the spreadsheets that try to reverse engineer the design of the birds to try to value them and see which powers are maybe overvalued or undervalued. And it's interesting to see. Actually, when I was trying to do the first version of the AI for Wingspan, I was looking at the spreadsheet, and maybe if we can figure out actually there's this condor in the tray, so we should leave it there, as it will be low points for Automa. But we should take away the crane, right?
Yeah, we do not want the Automa to get the crane.
So I'm happy to take the crane.
So I haven't really played multiplayer against the Automa, and there's a little game theory going on of like, who's gonna take the crane? Do either of us want the crane? But we don't want the Automa to get it.
Yeah, well, I think like the two-player games really benefit from adding the Automa as this kind of a pacemaker, but also triggering the pink powers thing.
Oh well, that one is good for your bonus card anyway.
Yeah, so it's not like I'm throwing myself under a bus or something. It's just it's good. It's still good for me. Yeah.
Alright, so I am trying to play these two cards in one turn because the bluebird lets me play another bird in the same habitat. So I have my 2 bugs and a berry, but I do not have my seeds yet.
Well, you do have a seed. You do have
there
a
are
seed.
no... Oh, I have a seed.
And you have eggs.
Why am I not seeing that? I thought I wasn't ready yet.
I think
okay.
you're.
So
We
I'm
were
gonna
like...
go ahead. Play them. I have to spend a bird for my sparrow.
Okay, so it laid another egg, so it's like using its low value cards early in the game. So I guess it will be more difficult later on. But so far I think I have like the exact same number of points as the automa at the moment. But
right.
We'll see. Yeah, so I'd want a rodent, but there's none in the bird feeder. So maybe I'll... Oh, actually, this one is also good for my bonus card.
That's good for you, yeah.
Yeah, and it's also good for you, and it's not good for the automa, right? So this is how it will go. I'll be getting you food from by laying eggs in my grass. So what's the story of Wingspan? What was the inspiration for it?
It really came from a conversation with some of my friends that I've been playing games with for a long time about like being really unexcited about the themes that are very traditional in board games, and tired of playing games about castles and trains. Yeah. So I just started thinking like, what would it look like to have a game that was about something that I'm actually interested in.
I see. So I think it's also similar on Steam, right? It's mostly dark fantasy or
right.
Right. People with guns, or it's traditionally gamer-y themes, like castles, guys with swords. For the
overview. Oh, what do I want any of these? None of these only eat bugs. I'm gonna want... I think I'm gonna do okay on the eggs in the grassland, so I could start thinking about these next goals, which I'm also doing decently well on, but I am not doing well on eggs in wetland. Oh, and there's a crow sitting out there.
How convenient. Yeah, it's...
I think I'm gonna take this crow.
Okay, so I still want to compete for that goal. So lay eggs and give you some more food in the process. And actually, you can go first because I want a rodent from...
You want to re-roll?
Yeah. Okay, so you can press the next step.
Okay, so it's telling me that I get stuff. I don't care, because my crow will eat anything.
Okay, so I do want to reroll. And how convenient, there's 2 rodents in there. So that's perfect. And now I want my... I really don't know how to pronounce this worm. Like the proper...
I mean, a lot of people call them bugs.
Yeah, but it's the
bugs
the
or
name...
slugs. But we in the rule book we say invertebrate.
Invertebrate. Oh, it's
just the big class.
Okay, it's easier than I thought. Is there a
It switched over to me just to gain.
is there a story behind
So it's
you
my
know
turn.
you working with Stonemaier Games on the game? Was this like a long process or short process? How did that look like?
Um, so I pitched it to them in the summer of 2016 at Gen Con.
Okay.
And then I pitched it to a few other publishers also, but Stonemaier is the one that wanted to work with me. And then Jamie Stegmaier and I worked on it for another year after the time that he signed it. So he was sort of playing the developer role. He would send me lots of ideas or suggestions. He would playtest it. And then he would sort of send me this long email.
Okay.
And I would go in and make lots of changes and playtest for a while. Often it would be, a month or two. And then I would send something back to him. And he'd play it and send me more suggestions. So I was doing most of the hands-on work in the development process, but definitely with a lot of input and suggestions and very insightful changes sometimes from Jamie.
Okay. I see. So it's interesting because you worked after pitching it, you worked together for a year before actually signing on the game, right?
No, he signed it and then
okay.
And then we kept working on it.
I see.
Yeah, I did. After I pitched it, I did work on it for a few months. They sort of left it at we gave you a bunch of feedback at the pitch meeting, implement some of that, and send us a copy, and then we'll see if we want it. And so,
okay.
It was probably, I think it was about November when I sent them the new version after Gen Con. So I pitched it in August, they signed it in December, and then we worked on it for a year.
Okay.
And then there's a long time period, even after my part was done, that the artists were working on it, and so even after I was done, it took another year before it was actually for sale. This is the last turn of the round. I haven't been watching. There's a way to check how many eggs everyone has, right? So that's one way is to look at that.
Yes, you have the lead.
So I'm fine. I don't necessarily need to lay more eggs in the grassland, but I can. Because it would help me get food. I might go take this skimmer, get it out of the hands of the Toma, and then I can also get some food for it while I'm at it. I'm going to take the skimmer. I want to spend, and I'm going to spend an egg to get another card too while I'm at it. I'm going to get that off the gnatcatcher. I'm going to take the skimmer and I'm going to just draw a blind for my other guy.
And now you can discard an egg to get the food from the...
Oh, that's for the crow.
Yeah.
I should be at the big picture view.
Yeah, I think it's you're scrolling really quickly, and that's moving two habitats at the same time, right?
Right.
Thank you for letting me tie with you on this goal.
Oh! I missed that. Counted wrong. That's okay. It's not so many points in the first round.
Yeah, it's
and the important thing is that we beat the Otoma.
Well, yeah, well, but so in that sense, it was a bad move because it got me 1 point, but it costed you 2 points, right? So it's well, I'm glad you did that. I'll be closer to not losing with Otama that way. Okay, so it's your turn because each round we will switch who's starting, right?
Now we want eggs in cavity nests. This is the best way to see that. So I've just got this bird, but it's got 5 holes. And if I can get out my burrowing owl, that'll be good too. So I think I will go here and beef up on some eggs just to get it done.
There was one thing I was meaning to ask you before, but we didn't really get to that. Is there a reason why there are 3 cards in the tray on the wetland? Is like any reasoning behind the number 3 here? Why not 8?
And we tried different amounts. They have a lot of information on them. And so it's just like, for my playtesters, more than 3 was often information overload.
Oh yeah, okay.
And so, like, the 2 cards that are on offer, the faster the game goes.
Sorry. Yeah, we have a busy street just outside, yeah. Okay, so it's
Oh, look at that tiny bird that you can eat.
Yeah, poor
small.
run. Yes, very, very small. And I'm feeling bad about my falcon, but the falcon has to eat, right? Well, I don't really care.
Do you want a fruit?
I don't want a fruit. Do you want a fruit? You can go.
Let me do it first.
No, you need fish. Right?
I don't want a fruit either. I want the fish. Hummingbird is back to you.
Okay. So how's the? My guess is since again another difficult word, right? So
it is Oceania.
Oceania, right? So since it's launching very soon, so you're probably working on the next expansion, right?
Yes, I'm like in the middle of a giant spreadsheet. I think I've just gotten the list of birds finished, hopefully.
Oh.
I have some people checking it for me. It's, all of these bonus cards are looking for different types of birds, and I put on them the little percentages about how many birds are in the game, which even if I hadn't put the percentages, I would want it to be similar anyway, because the way that the cards score is based on how common they are in the deck. But then because there are so many of those bonus cards, it means there are just a lot of things to balance out against each other when I'm coming up with the list of birds.
Yeah, so it's kind of limits your choices a little bit when it comes to birds and expansions, right? Because with each expansion, there's even more bonus cards, or is this like more of a guiding?
Exactly. And so like I end up, there's one in the English version of the base game that is the historian. It's looking for birds with people's names.
Oh yeah. It's one of
those.
Yeah, it's one of those that don't really work in Polish. That's
right. It didn't work in a lot of the other languages, which when I was working on Wingspan, I did not even conceive of the idea that it would be translated into many different languages. But also, that turns out to be something that is very different from continent to continent.
Oh.
In Europe, even in the English bird names, it's very uncommon for there to be birds that have a person's name in their title. Because I think all of the ornithologists were in Europe when they were naming birds, and they didn't discover things the same way that things got discovered in Asia and Australia, wherever. So like, birds get named after people when they get discovered.
Discovered to the Western culture, right?
Exactly. And so it's very, very uncommon that birds in Europe are named after people. So I had to like, there's one that they just split a species into two different species based on DNA.
Oh, okay.
And so one of the new one is named after one of the ornithologists that worked on doing that. You know, those kinds of things. That was a super uncommon
Oh, yeah.
bird that no one's heard of.
Not getting any.
Oh, we haven't seen any.
Oh, it's none have come up yet, right? In the deck. There was
Right.
this a little bit funny thing that came up just after we launched Digital Wingspan, because there were players on the both on Discord and on the Facebook group that came and they felt that maybe the deck is loaded towards them, so it's like they get those
Oh, I've seen people saying that.
high value birds because now they are scoring better than they are used to in the board game. So that's
So what's the answer? Is it totally random?
it's well it's not like, you know, in computer science random is very difficult, so we are not using some, you know, true random algorithms in there that would, you know, require atomic clocks or anything. But it's you know, it's as random as computers get, you know, usual random for a computer game. So it's it's definitely not biased towards, you know, giving you better. Maybe it's because the AI, we have the medium AI in the game, and it doesn't. Okay, so maybe I'll phrase it better. When playing two-player games, players are, you know, when you're playing against an experienced player, you are used to having them, you know, if a Chihuahuan Raven comes up, they will jump on it and take it away. So just you don't have it, right?
Yeah.
And the AI doesn't do that. Well, the hard AI will definitely do that, but the medium AI doesn't do that yet. And it's it's one of the ways you can get a big head start against AI if you have a few of those high value birds, and you can take them away from them. So it's
So right now you just have the one AI, is that
no,
correct?
So it's we
medium.
We do have the easy AI as well, and the medium one, and they are the difference is mostly the you know, the scoring function we use behind the scenes. So the easy AI will try to get less points than the medium AI. You know, it's one of the challenges in designing AI. So it's once you have you know, the computer player playing reasonably well, you then have to come up with a way to make it dumber, and it's not always, you know, easy. Because it has to, you know, make those. You still don't want the computer player to do like completely wasted moves, right? It still has to appear like an intelligent player, just maybe making a mistake, right? Or just playing not optimal moves, and not just, you know, wasting time taking cards and never playing them, or things like that. Is Dark Eye counting towards the photographer? Dark.
No.
It's not a color, right? Okay.
It's not a color. It's an adjective that you would add on to a color.
Oh yeah.
Dark blue, dark green.
Yeah, so we are still, but since this is, you know, this is
Thomas still gonna beat me. I thought I had it.
Yeah. So since this is broadcasted in the future, maybe we already have the hard AI in the game. Who knows?
Oh, are you that close?
I think we are very close. You know,
it's exciting.
It's we would still probably be calling it a hard AI beta thing, so we still have that leeway of, you know, if it ever scores below 80 points, we can say, it's just a beta and we are still testing it and improving it. But it's, it's definitely something we would want to get out there and maybe still work on improving it as we go.
I'm not competing in that one. And I have no way of competing in that one. So maybe this one will be good for both of the next round. Yeah. So I'll just play this one.
Okay, so it yeah, no mercy.
That's gonna show us.
Okay, so I think I'm.
Is there somewhere that it shows all of the scores?
Yeah, it's. I think you have to open the goals screen, and it's here at the bottom of the screen. I think if I switch to your screen, this is your points, or maybe it's still showing mine.
Okay, so it's 38 to 39 right now.
Oh yeah, I have one more point. It's when looking at the habitats, it looks so much more full in yours than in mine. But maybe I have, the flycatcher and the crane.
Birds are worth a lot more points.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, maybe that's, I would take even more high value birds, and this will be the perfect strategy. And actually, I when I play, I tend to focus on the last goal because it's worth. Yeah, that's a big difference, right? When you win on that one. I have to discard something. Yeah, the Chikati.
Alright, I do want to get out some eggs. I have what I need to pay this Lazuli bunting.
Oh.
That lays even more eggs. And it counts toward the goal. Here's time. I think I will go ahead and put that out. Problem is I'm spending eggs.
Yeah, but
oh well. I think it's worth it.
That's one of the birds that
keep giving me food that I can
yeah.
spend for that fifth egg, so
yeah,
I'll see how that works.
I'll be giving you food by laying eggs, so you're safe on that front. But yeah, I want some eggs, and I want a fish. Okay, so that's a catch.
Need a roadrunner.
So you go first, but that doesn't matter, right? There will still be no fish in there. Okay.
But I got all my fish. I don't actually have any cards right now. What?
So you want to go to the?
See what's on offer? Oh, this is covering up what the birds are.
So there's this this arrow just next to the like.
Oh,
yeah,
that's so clever. It's new.
It's it wasn't in the beta. That's right.
So if I wanted to maybe deny, oh yeah, the cormorant. It's not a huge deal. That would be a fish in a wild. Which doesn't. I haven't been paying attention to what you want, so I'm not sure what to do.
No, I just want a fish, but it's not there, so it's not very helpful. But there will be. Yeah, I don't need fruit. That's for sure. Oh, we have unlocked an achievement. Oh, because I'm giving you so much food in this game. I've.
Oh.
So that's a first one for me.
Alright. I'm gonna lay some eggs. All the eggs. And I want them in
In the bowl nest.
the
Yeah.
end of round goal. I want a bull and a star and a star. That's all of those. Oh, but in the end I'm gonna want... Oops. Can I undo
Yep.
eggs?
Yep, one by one.
Down here for the next round.
Oh. Yep.
Sure, we can do this. So I'm
Do
gonna
I
do
still
that.
have any slots on my bowl nest? I wonder.
I'm gonna roll dice outside the bird feeder. No mice. That burrowing owl is not a good hunter.
Oh, does the casting spar? Yeah, the burrowing. We had the. I think it's the burrowing owl that was hiding its caching score like behind the wings, so it wasn't really visible. But we fixed that, and it's still not a great hunter for you. Okay, I do have just one last slot for that perfect egg. Yes, thank you very much. So it's one egg for all of the food I've given you over the the course of the game. Okay, so what do I do now? I really hoped for that puffin, but it doesn't seem like it's happening. The rolling, yeah. Okay, maybe it's still something I'll get out and lay even more eggs.
Alright. I don't have any birds.
Well, there's plenty of them in your habitats, just not very many of
Yeah.
them in the...
It's true. If I want any of these, getting
They're-
a bonus card might be cool.
They're all about bonus cards.
Yeah. Seems like a decent time to do that.
Yeah, but that's only King Grail for you, right?
Do a king rail.
And you don't have any slots in your grasslands anymore.
Oh, thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah, I just hope...
And I only have one slot in my wetland.
Yep.
Let's see, for this... I want to discard, I guess, from down here. And... Oh, that common yellow thread is very good for me. That's gonna be my last one.
Oh yeah, because it counts
I think
for
that's
your...
better than a chance on a thing.
But is it worth more? You know, since you...
I don't know.
It's just... It will be worth just 3 points, and you're paying 2 eggs to play it. So maybe you're better off...
Oh, right.
just laying eggs.
I always forget about the eggs at the end. I mean, this guy's worth 8 points, not for no matter what.
Oh yeah.
That's also very attractive. That's a sure thing.
So you're discarding
I go with the
eggs.
sure thing.
Yeah.
I have to discard an egg, get a mouse. Not sure thing is whether I can get 3 mice.
And it just took one from the...
And the Ottoman
bird
just
feeder.
took it out of the bird feeder.
Like,
I mean, I can use my crow to do it.
yeah, it's the special technology we use for the wingspan to listen to your conversation about what's the food you need from
Right?
yeah, that's something the hard AI should do, right? It's just in
Well,
case...
there's a term in that. There's a term for that in psychology. Is it confirmation bias?
Oh
Or
yeah.
is that something else? The phenomenon that, like, when you're looking for something, it's always you start seeing it more. Clearly, that's what's happening.
Oh, actually, that's I just clicked by accident, but I don't think we have explained that very well in the game. If you right-click when looking at your habitats, so you can see the trivia from the descriptions from the game.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. It's fun. Alright, I have my one mouse. There's no mice in the bird feeder. Could put out a bunch of eggs in my wetland. I have that many holes for them.
I think we
I
are...
could just go here, which might give me... Definitely gives me a mouse, and it has a chance of giving me... A very low chance of giving me one more point. Oh, and I can keep accumulating fish, which will add up to a mouse. Oh, so that helps. Right.
Actually, if you go and lay eggs now... Oh, not happening anymore. Okay. No going back, yeah. Okay, so that's... Do you still want even more fish?
Oh, I forgot to pay attention. Well, I maxed out on my number of birds with the eggs.
Oh, okay, right. But it's...
Is that what you were saying?
Okay.
It's not eggs.
Oh, right. You need mice for the...
I wanted to get mice.
And thank you for the fish.
Welcome.
Oh.
Oh. Thank you, Aldama.
So close. Yeah, and it's your turn again.
Alright, eggs in the wetlands. What I really want...
So how many eggs are you laying each turn now? Because
I can do 5 if I have extra food.
But you can also lay 2 from the boon. I don't know
Oh,
how to pronounce
right.
the bird's name.
Yeah,
but
it's a lot of points.
So it's like 7 points,
Sure.
right?
I just wanted to get this golden eagle out because that's a bunch of points too.
But it's like 6 points, right? Because you pay 2 eggs to lay.
Exactly.
So it's still possible that just laying eggs would be more worth more points, right?
I don't have infinite space for my eggs.
But if you have just only... Oh, it's still 5 turns to go. And if you lay 7 eggs per turn, yeah, so you don't have that many slots for them. That's right.
Right.
You will...
Of course, this eagle's only giving me 1 slot. So now that we are done with the previous round, I can get rid of that. Alright. I have a feeling from here on out it's gonna be all eggs. So you guys are also thinking about doing the European expansion, right?
Oh, yes, definitely.
That changes up some of the incentives around the eggs.
Well, I must admit I haven't played the European expansion yet. I just briefly looked through the I think it was just around the when the expansion was out. I was very eager to look into the the rule book and see how many things we need. What are the things we can prepare upfront for the future. To not to be
right. Not to build it in a way that you can't do the future things. Right.
So that's one of the things that it's not visible now because we just started this round. But in the European expansion, you suddenly start counting how many actions that round you have put into one of the goals,
right.
So that's one of the things that we started counting. Because to be frank, we really wanted to just get rid of those symbols because we felt you don't really need that in a digital adaptation. And then the European expansion came in, and we were like, okay, so you do. There's actually a reason for us to go back and add them. So many cards. I should have.
Yeah, a lot in the European expansion. A lot of the end of round goals are about things that are not eggs. So even just that changes feeling a lot. But also there are a lot of birds that let you. There are more birds that let you tuck cards. And cache food, and so those become additional ways that you can get points in a single turn.
Oh, okay.
Without having to say, I'm getting food, I'm getting the card, and now I'm gonna get the points, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's pretty much a consensus among the players that European expansion is, awesome when it comes to balancing out some of the birds from the base game. So it's like, the ravens are less of an issue with the European expansion, and that's one of the things we didn't really want to go into with the base game is the competitive kind of factor, or like adding the leaderboards and things like that. But maybe with the European expansion in, that would be something we can go and revisit for the game, because there will be less of an inclination to say you got the raven and that's why you won. Maybe I still think it's it's an excuse people use, but it's
I saw once for Race for the Galaxy, they have this AI that's been available for a long time. You can download the program and play against the computer, and people have kept statistics by card. If you played this card at some point during the game, how much more likely were you to win? And it'd be interesting. You guys could potentially capture that kind of data, right? Or I don't know how much you can.
Yeah, well, we could. It's we don't do much of analytics yet in the game, but that's something we could, Well, there's obviously some maybe worries among players of if they wouldn't want us to look too closely into how they play, but it's since everything is anonymized, and it's just more data for us to use to maybe I don't know about balancing the game, because that's not something we would want to do, but maybe make the AI better, like make it learn from players, right? So what board games are you playing lately?
Noma has 15 points.
So what are the board games you're playing lately?
And what have I been playing? I just played for the first time Forbidden Desert. Which I had never gotten around to, and which is a cooperative game. And I was really intrigued by the way the tiles move around. I thought it was really cool. What else? I've been trying to get my husband to learn, but he hasn't done it yet. The Search for Planet X.
Search for Planet X.
Which is by a friend of mine. I playtested it a lot. Matthew O'Malley is one of the designers of that, and he lives close to me, and we playtest. Before the pandemic, we were playtesting together once a week.
Oh, nice.
So I have played The Search for Planet X many, many, many times. And
now how to
I really love it. It's a logical deduction game. And there's an app, so the hidden information is all handled by an app, and you're trying to deduce literally where Planet X is on this little map. And I love logical deduction in general, and I really like the way they implemented it for this game. How about you?
Well, our Gloomhaven sessions were on hold for the past couple of months, but we finally got a chance to get back together and continue the campaign. So that's the board game for me for the probably foreseeable future.
Yes.
But it's I also played Everdell, and that's one of the reasons I asked about the the tray, the number of cards in the tray,
Okay.
because that's that's an interesting mechanic in there, because it lets you have so many. Man, I was talking and I'm full on eggs. I have no birds in this thing.
No, it's hard to talk and play at the same time.
Yeah.
I imagine it's even worse when you're not talking in your native language.
Yeah, I think I'm found myself in a weird corner with this one. I'd like to play a bird in my wetland, but yeah, and the puffin is laughing at me. Okay, so maybe.
It's so cute though.
Yeah, it's really cute. Yes. Okay, so you're doing really well against the automa. Maybe I can help you somehow with that goal. Do you have any slots left in the wetland? No. So
No, yeah.
So that's not
There's
happening.
no way I can do any better than I am on that.
Okay, so maybe I could. So what are you up to? You wanna play some more birds in your, or are you just? Oh, you have some slots in your.
I can lay eggs maybe one more time. But I only have 2 turns left.
Okay, so
This is the problem. Might have to play. I'll probably play a forest bird out of my hand if I can.
okay.
I don't remember what's in there.
Because actually, if I gain food in my forest, I will just get 1 dice. But if I lay eggs, even though
Yeah.
I have no slots left, I still can get 2 points maybe on my predators. 1 dice from the hummingbird, and also food from the flycatcher. So it feels wrong because I'm wasting so many eggs, but yeah. Okay. Okay, so that's both of them succeeding. So that's a good.
1 point.
Yeah. So let's gain food. And actually, what food do I need? I want to play the American Outlaw set. I'll go first and grab a worm. So it's your turn to take something.
Okay. So if I have 2 bugs. I want to play something in my forest, but I don't have any forest birds in my hand. I don't think I have enough turns to do anything. So I think it doesn't matter. So I'll just go ahead and reset. It's in the. I don't have time to do any of these.
Yeah, I think we've. Speaking of time, I think we have run way over our time slot, so we'll have to,
Oh.
We'll have to figure out, maybe we can edit it somehow, or see.
I guess the automa adds a certain amount of time.
Oh, so it has 10 points.
It's my turn again.
Yeah, your turn. Sorry. So you have 2 moves left.
Yes.
So you could.
I'm just looking at my wetlands. So the only points that I can get by going in the wetland are my golden eagle and my skimmer. Definitely have room for these eggs. That will go 1, 2, 3, 4. Might as well spend a bug. I don't need 4 of them.
Is that my puffin laughing in the background?
No mouse this time. Egg on there. Okay.
And I have no slots for bird for the eggs. But I do have the food for this one.
Nice.
But actually I wanted to play the one in the wetland, right? Because this would give me more slots in the wetland. So, but I'm
Right, if you're gonna lay eggs next time.
but that's not I won't be competitive in this goal anyway. So the one in the forest will be cheaper because it will not cost me any
6
eggs.
points. Yep. Alright,
So that's the final move.
last turn. Can't play any of these birds. I have space for 1 egg.
Okay, is that the move you're making?
I think that's what I have to do. That's a guaranteed point plus my owl will hunt. Go there. I'll let you lay
Activate it, but don't lay
eggs.
any eggs. Okay.
Woohoo! Got a point for my owl. Can't lay any more eggs. This is an unusual game for me. Usually I don't totally max out my eggs.
Oh, but thank you for the bow egg. That's not completely wasted. So that's good. So this is my final turn. I have no no food, and okay. So I will also lay.
I think we were both talking and not planning.
Yes. Okay. But maybe the predators can make it worth dying. Okay, so let's
Right.
not. Yeah, I'll skip you.
No reason.
Oh, actually, can I go back? I want the food because if I tie with the automa, I need at least 2 food to actually tie with it
Right.
and not lose, right?
Right.
Okay, so you need to take something.
Oh, and now it's giving me food. I'll go ahead and just take a fish.
And all players gain a worm. Okay. Oh, so it's you drew on the satai on the.
Oh,
on the
because you
rascal.
lost the cube.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you, Toma. Right. So let's see how the scoring went. Oh, that's the last worm.
Right, the moment of truth.
They are so slow. I wonder how many points did we?
Oh, you were close on that. This is looking good. This is good for us. I think it helps against the Atoma that you have 2 people stealing its cards out of the tray.
Oh, yeah. The medium
Yay!
automa, 70 points. Good job. You have 94 points, and I have 83, and we have beaten together the medium automa. That's nice. Okay, so we'll wrap up. Thank you for joining me, and yeah, I have to admit I had I was thinking we will have way less points than that. So we've done pretty good, even though we were talking all the time.
Right. We were giving each other a lot of food and
Yeah.
eggs. So that
That's
helps.
right. That helps, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, and And see you in the for the next round of Wingspan sometime in the future.
Absolutely, that'd be great.
Okay.